Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to reviews and recaps. So Destiny lost the case to Labberick, and I want to talk about it. Shout out to Caramel Rell because she's the first person that I know of that covered this matter. So as you guys know, we covered it on this channel that there were these number of allegations that Destiny made against Labberick, accusing him of abuse. And he was arrested for DV, if you guys remember, right? And shortly after he got released, and essentially what has happened now is that the case has been dismissed after they both appeared in court 2 days ago. Word on the YouTube street is that Destiny was being so performative in court. She was holding her son so tight. She was crying. And she was saying that she felt for her life and she felt unsafe and all that kind of stuff. Apparently, it was so bad. First of all, let me go back. Everything I say in this video is alleged, in my own opinion only, and for entertainment purposes only, okay? Now that we've gotten that out of the way, allegedly, the judge had to tell her at some point to put the son down because he's capable of standing by himself. He's able to walk. The court also let Labberick leave the court with their son because Destiny was late by 9 days to release their son to Labberick. One other thing that I thought was really interesting was that allegedly the judge also asked Destiny why she was scared for her life when Labberick does not pose a threat to her and her son. I think that's a very, very interesting thing if you think about it, because Destiny made a lot of allegations. Destiny said a whole lot of stuff, yet the judge is basically saying that Labberick does not pose a threat. That means the court has reviewed all of the evidence and is not convinced about Destiny's position. I'm not surprised at all, and I'll tell you why. Because I just think, in my opinion, it's like Destiny does not exactly come across as a reliable source of information. This is just my personal experience, my personal opinion, not experience, opinion, okay? I feel like she doesn't come across as a credible person. When you think about someone that is credible, you think about somebody who generally tells the truth, who genuinely comes across and likes to do things by the book, does not do stupid things like keep the other parent from spending time with their kid without consent of the court, right? Imagine being found guilty of contempt of court, only for you to then do the same thing again. It's like, it already feels like there is a pattern when it comes to Destiny and the way in which she handles the whole court situation. Now, I'm going to say the same thing I said a couple of weeks back, where I said, I don't feel like Labberick is innocent either. I feel like they both have their issues. But I do feel like it is a bit convenient, the timings of matters. And I only say that because you guys have been co-parenting for some time now. None of these allegations were raised at the time. And then all of a sudden, it's now being brought up. And then it's now almost being made to seem like the reason why you're afraid for your child. It was like, okay, when all of these things that you alleged happened to your child, why didn't you take steps at the time to protect the child from this so-called person that you refer to as an abuser? I think those are the things that, like, in my opinion, can hurt your credibility, because it's like, okay, you are raising it now, right? When you are saying like, this is the reason this happened to the child at this age, and when the child was very young, this happened, and all of that kind of stuff. But it's like, okay, so what has then transpired since then? There's been instances of you being found guilty of contempt of court. So it's like, it's clear that you are a difficult parent. People don't just get contempt of court. Okay, so it's clear that, especially when it comes to custody, so it feels like you have no respect for the law and you're choosing to do whatever you want to do when it comes to the issue of custody. So I'm not surprised at all that the court decided that it wasn't a viable case and that it should have just been dismissed. I'm not surprised at all. I think Labberick is probably pleased because, as far as I hear, he has a government kind of job where he can't really have like issues like this. He can't be getting arrested, and they do all these checks. So if that is true, then I can understand he's probably thinking like, yo, a win is a win. And I noticed in some of his recent posts, he definitely is spending time with his son. He seems to feel like he has been vindicated in some way. Honestly, it's hard not to feel like it. Imagine you were in a court battle with somebody who accused you of such serious allegations, only for it to then get dismissed by the judge. I would also be shouting from the rooftops because I would feel vindicated as well. In a way, I kind of wonder what Destiny's next line of action would be, because it's like, you tried that hasn't worked. What are you going to try next? The other thing that I think is very interesting is that performative aspect of like holding your son, crying and proper sobbing, which allegedly people were saying that that's what she was doing in court. My thing is, how many times has Labberick had their son since all of these allegations that so-called happened, right? And so my thing is like, if there's been so many arrangements and visits and spending time that went well with no issues, the question is, what is different now? What has changed? What is the newest thing that has happened, which is giving Destiny concerns about the safety of their son? That is what I want to know. And I feel like we haven't heard that, at least so far, from my understanding. You guys know I can't remember everything, so if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section below. The other thing I thought was interesting was, I think it was it Carabao Row that played it, or was it Empress Radio? I don't know, but I remember watching a live video where Destiny had her son there and he was wilding out. He was shouting, screaming. Even at some point he said, "I love you," and then continued to scream and stuff. He was acting out really, really badly. And I think what was shocking was the fact that Destiny, instead of getting off the live to focus on her child and take care of her child, she didn't. She went in, initially she was just like shouting from across the room, telling him what to do. He wasn't listening. He was pushing back. And then she got up to talk to him. Then she came back. I was just like, girl, this, whatever it is, correcting him is clearly not working. You need to get off the live and focus on your child. But I just thought it was very weird. It was very awkward. It was very hard to watch. It felt like he needed discipline, but wasn't really taking his mom seriously enough. Or at least wasn't listening to her. Maybe he was overly stimulated. Maybe he wanted her attention, and the fact that she was on live and wasn't giving him the attention, maybe he just did not like it. Whatever the case may be, it wasn't looking good because it was wild. He was loud, he was fussing, it was bad. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, that means something is wrong with the child. Absolutely not. Some children may act up, and children act up all the time. Some children may act up, some more than others. Whatever the case may be, I feel like it is some sort of cry for attention or help or whatever. Just get off your life and attend to the child. Discipline him if you need to discipline him, or whatever the case may be. But there's no need for us to be on live with you whilst you do that. The other thing is, she kept then trying to get was it her likes up or her views up? I was like, what are you doing? Get away from the screen and take care of your child. And allegedly, apparently the video was gone, all the way gone. I'm not surprised it's gone, because it was given the people on the live were having to tell you to go attend to your kid. And that does not look good. Also, you don't want it to seem like you are not capable of managing his behaviors. And if the judge then starts getting concerned about you, it's not going to be looking good for you either, especially if Labberick chooses to try to get full custody. Now, you guys know I've said Labberick seems litigious in the sense that Labberick is not about to play with you. So if you do not do what you said or what the court said you should do, Labberick will not be taking any of it. And in a way, I can't fault him as well for that in particular, because dealing with somebody that is very difficult, that doesn't follow court orders, is very, very annoying. It's very difficult. And so it's just like you almost have to force their hand each time to get them to do what it is that they are supposed to do. So I don't blame them at all. Most people, when they see there is a court order, they listen, they follow the court order. That's it. That's all. But when you have someone as diabolical as somebody that chooses not to follow a court ordered contact, I don't blame Labberick for actually taking it to court. I would personally, if I were in that situation too. Because you're not about to play with me after we've already gone to court. I paid lawyers and stuff just to get this court order. And then you're in breach constantly. Absolutely not gonna fly. Interestingly enough, apparently a motion has been filed for her to serve 45 days in jail for the 9 days of missed contact. So Labberick ain't playing with her. If I were her, I will do a 180. Change my ways, follow everything the law says so that it doesn't come back to bite me in the A in the future. Let me know what you guys think. Are you Team Destiny or are you Team Labberick? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.